After a year-long battle with stage 4 cancer, my father has passed away. In a way, however, he had been living on borrowed time since the age of 19. When my father was 19 years old, he got into a terrible car accident that put him into a coma for 2 weeks. It changed his life forever, and while recovery was slow at first, the life my father fought for grew into an incredible life, full of love, responsibility, skill, and happiness. In an age where so many men feel lost and directionless, a lot can be learned from a man who never gave up. In this video, I will very briefly talk about his passing, but make no mistake, this is a video about his life. May my father's life touch you and inspire you, as it already has to those who knew him. Thank you for watching. In July of last year, doctors discovered that my father had stage 4 cancer. This was a shock, and we spent the next several months doing everything we could to fight it. My father spent every day with us, making every moment last. We surprised him with silly Halloween costumes, and he even got to meet his good friend's newborn baby. When my father passed away, he was in his own home, together with my mom and I. The funeral was a lovely celebration of his life, and was attended by dozens of the most kindest, most wonderful family and friends a man could ever ask for. A person's friends say a lot about them, and to meet more of my father's friends, you would say he was an angel. But he wasn't an angel. He was human. Perhaps more human than most of us. And through his struggles and through his weakness, he developed a strength that few men ever will. My father was a very talented child. When he was still a young boy, he caught a very huge catfish in a part of the Netherlands where nobody thought you could find a catfish. It was like something out of the movies. And very soon my father had his first newspaper article written about him. He was good at school, but even better at sports. His school-age sketchbook is filled with gorgeous art, but his biggest passion was soccer. As he grew into a teenager, my father developed into one of the best teenage soccer prospects in the entire country. But at age 19, before his soccer life could even begin, my father got involved in a terrible car accident that put him into a coma. He suffered a traumatic brain injury and almost died. After nearly 3 weeks in a coma, my father regained consciousness. An injury to the right side of his brain impacted his mobility to move his left leg properly. He had also some cognitive deficits. A recovery was a long and painful process, but my father stayed strong. He had to start out small, literally. The doctors have had him paint tiny World War II models to retrain his hand-eye coordination. While he slowly regained the ability to walk and to ride a bike, soccer was out of the question, but his mind fared much better. And within a few years, he was almost back to his old self. Indeed, after a very long recovery period, my father was back on his feet. With his supportive family and friends, he once again began socializing, traveling, and dating. And despite walking with a slight limp for the rest of his life, he was always a hit on the dance floor. My father got a good job at one of the largest companies in the Netherlands. Marriage followed, and before long, I was born. With a renewed sense of purpose, my father became one of the best fathers a girl could ever ask for. Not only was he the smartest and the strongest, but he was the funnest too. I was always his top priority, and he built his life around being a father. He would take me everywhere, and he would teach me something new each day. If something was wrong, he would fix it. If something wasn't good enough, he would make it better. He was the best man I knew. Everything was more difficult for him because of his accident, but he still did it. He did it all, and he was great at it. and He did it for us. Before I end this video, there's something I like to say. After I posted my last video on YouTube, the warmth and support that I received was overwhelming. I want to thank each and every single one of you from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support I've received over the last few months. Your kind words and your advice has sustained me more than you can imagine. I wish you all the love and happiness in the world. Life is so precious. Don't ever take it for granted.